Very happy and mesmerizing good morning, students. Do you know what is today? Today is Teachers' Day. The teachers whom do we respect and worship, right? So, let's do something important and meaningful in regard of our teachers. So, first of all, let's complete our chapter. Then we will enjoy. We have the whole day with us, right? So, the remaining part of the ailing planet starts from this paragraph. A recent report from our Parliament's Estimates Committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion of India's forests over the last 4 decades. India, according to reliable data, is losing its forests at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. Large areas officially designated as forest land are already virtually treeless. The actual loss of forests is estimated to be about 8 times the rate indicated by the government statistics. So children, as you came to know through these lines that we are already losing forest at the rate of an acre and a half every second. So according to government's report, India is losing 3.7 acres of forest every year, and the actual loss is much higher if we see. So we came to know that if we are not working on that sustainable development concepts, then what will what will happen in near future? The forests, as we know, the forests precede mankind and deserts follow them. So 15 million acres of tropical forests already been disappeared, and gradually it is disappearing. Even the World Bank estimated that a 5-fold increase we require to plant the forests. So to cope up this, we have to go for the process of afforestation. A 3-year study using satellites and aerial photography conducted by the United Nations warns that the environment has deteriorated so badly that it's critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. There can be no doubt that the growth of the world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society. It took mankind more than 1 million years to reach the first billion. That was the world's population around the year 1800. By the year 1900, a second billion was added, and the 20th century has added another 3.7 billion. The present world population is estimated at 5.7 billion. Every 4 days, the world's population increases by 1 million. But see children, it is the old data. It is not the current ratio where we find many folds in population, right? So the conclusion is that our population is increasing at alarming rate. Fertility falls as incomes rise, in education spreads and health improves. Thus development is the best contraceptive. Means it is a preventive concept, but development itself may not be possible if the present increase in numbers continues. So fertility falls as income rise. Our income rise, then we don't consider the importance of fertility. Then education spreads, then we get prosperous, then we go for the higher studies, and the health improves, and we put our money in improving our health. The development is the best contraceptive. The author says the development of the concept of holistic view or the sustainable development is the best contraceptive. It is only the preventive concept. Preventive concept of what? To save our earth from ailing. But development itself may not be possible if the present increase in numbers continues. Means this is the main problem of increasing population. As a result, the rich get richer and the poor beget children, which condemns them to remain poor. More children does not mean more workers, merely more people without work. It is not suggested that the human beings be treated like cattle and family planning without introducing an element of coercion. The choice is really between control of population and perpetuation of poverty. See, with the result of the increasing population, the rich get richer and the poor think that the more children will be the more helping hands for them. So what happens with them? They remain poor. And more children does not mean more workers, but they think that they are getting the more workers to work to help in their survival. Merely more people without work. It is not suggested human beings be treated like cattle, and the author want to focus on this point that we are thinking in increasing the population that it does not mean it should not be like that a man should be treated like cattle. Why cattle? The author is using this word because there will be no employment, there will be no food and house facilities, and compulsorily sterilized. But there is no alternative to voluntary family planning without introducing an element of coercion. Coercion is controlling by force, but there is no alternative. Voluntary means voluntarily nobody is doing anything. It means without introducing an element of coercion. Means we have to put into their view the awareness. We have to give them the controlling concepts. Only then it can be controlled or checked. The choice is really between control of population and perpetual state of poverty. It means it is our choice. The author has left on us that what we have to choose. We have to control the population or we have to remain the perpetuation of poverty. The population of India is estimated to be 920 million today, more than the entire populations of Africa and South America put together. No one familiar with the conditions in India would doubt, and the hope of the people would die in their hungry hutments unless population control is given topmost priority. Population of India means is increasing in many folds. They are the old datas, and if we add the two countries South India and South America and Africa, so then it will be more than the population of both the countries, not cities. No one familiar with the conditions in India would doubt that the hope of the people would die in their hungry hutments. If the population is increasing day by day at alarming rate, that the day is not far that the people will die there with their hungry stomachs in their hutments, means in their huts, unless population control is given topmost priority. For the first time in human history, we see transcending concern. Transcending means adding, preceding, surpassing concern, the survival not just of the people but of the planet. It is the point, means as I told you that there was a shift in view to the partnership, not on the domination. So the first time in human history we see a transcending concern, where we are concerning, we concern about the other people, about the other creation of the world, the survival not just of the people. We have to see not the survival, we have not to focus only on the survival of the people, but of the planet that is a living organism. we have begun to take a holistic view of the very basis of our existence. So we have transformed our view to this holistic concept. The environmental problem does not necessarily signal our demise. If there is a fall in the environmental conditions, so it will not directly come to our, will not directly a result of our demise, means will not die. If the condition of our environment decimate, our death will not come directly, but it is our passport for the future. And if we become healthy, or if we fall ill, if we ail, we come in the ailing condition, that the author is indicating us that it will be our passport for the future. The emerging new world vision has ushered in the era of responsibility. Here author says that a new world vision is coming. Emerging means is coming. Has ushered means in the era of responsibility, means we have come at the time of responsibility, where we have to hold many responsibilities with a new world vision. And what is the responsibility? It is a holistic view, an ecological view, seeing the world as an integrated whole rather than a dissociated collections of parts. We have not to see the dissociated collection of parts. We have to take the whole world as a whole. Industry has a most crucial role to play in the new era of responsibility. What a transformation would be effected if more businessmen shared the view of the chairman of DuPont. Industry has a crucial role to play in the new era of responsibility. What a transformation would be effected if more businessmen shared the view of the chairman of DuPont. Here the author says that it is the sole or main responsibility of the youngsters, the businessmen, if they share the view of the chairman of DuPont. Who was DuPont? The chairman, Mr. Agis Bullard, who 5 years ago declared himself to be the company's chief environmental officer. He said, our continued existence as a leading manufacturer requires that we excel in environmental performance. So, there is the most expectation falls on the youngsters, on the businessmen, if they share the view of DuPont. Even Mr. Agis Bullard, who 5 years ago had declared himself to be the company's chief environmental officer. He also said that our continued existence, if we want to exist in our life, we have to work as a leading manufacturer. We require to excel in the improvement of the environmental process, or we have to see the environmental performance as a leading manufacturer. Of all the statements made by Margaret Thatcher during the years of her prime ministership, none has passed more decisively into the current coin of English uses as her felicitous words. No generation has a free hold on earth. All we have is a life tenancy with a full repairing lease. In the words of Mr. Lester Brown, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. We have borrowed it from our children. Margaret Thatcher, who was the Prime Minister of England, had summed up by declaring that what she declared that no generation has a free hold on this earth. All we have is a life tenancy. He said that no generation can use, deform, or destroy or deplete the earth or environment as it pleases. No. But if everybody has a responsibility as a leading manufacturer to save it, we have not to damage it, we have not to strip it out, we have to save it for the future generation. We are just like, we have only just a life tenancy. We are in a very full repairing lease, means we have the responsibility to repair it, to save it. We have to work as a safeguard. In the words of Mr. Lester Brown, we have not, they are very important words, they are most important in the point of view of examination. We have not inherited the earth from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from our children, the sea children. It's very important lines they are. Sometimes we find articles related to these lines and is given in the examination also. So we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers, it is not our legacy. We have borrowed it from our children. We have to think that it is a borrowed property, not inherited. Only then we can take the responsibility as a leading manufacturer, responsibility to have the sustainable point of view, to work on the sustainable development for our earth. Earth, that is a living organism, that it requires something to complete its metabolic needs, and we are here like tenant. We are here on the earth as a tenant. So this way we came to know that the ailing planet ailing means our planet is declining in our health. So the main points I am going to discuss with you all right now. The Green Movement started just 35 years ago, but has captured the imagination of millions. The first Green Party was established in New Zealand in 1972. Fortunately, the world is shifting to a holistic and ecological view. The earth is like a patient in declining health. The concept of sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present without harming the interest of the future generation. Man shares this earth with 1.4 million species. We should not leave a scorched earth, advancing deserts and ailing environment. E.R. Brown describes fisheries, forests, grasslands and croplands as four principal biological systems of earth. These four systems are the basics of global economic systems. Fisheries are being ruined, forests are being cleared, and the grasslands and croplands are being converted into deserts. Forests precede mankind, deserts follow. Tropical forests are disappearing at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year. Article 48A of the Constitution asserts that the state shall endeavour to protect and improve the environment, but such laws are never respected and enforced in India. A satellite study of the UNO shows that in 88 countries the environment is so bad that it it can be called critical. Population explosion has been the main cause of this deterioration of the environment. The present population is more than 5.7 billion. Every 4 days, the world population increases by 1 million. The choice is really between control of population and perpetuation of poverty. The survival of the people as well as survival of the planet is at stake. We are not the masters of earth but have only a life tenancy. We have not inherited this earth from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from children. So that's all for this lesson. And if we have any problem, if we feel any kind of query, we can come with that. So stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much, children. That's all.